What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. My name is Rock Soldier, and today we're going to be reacting to Holding On To You by 21 Pilots off their Vessel album. And I had the absolute pleasure of seeing this one performed live in concert when my sister and I went to go see them back at the end of October, beginning of November, something like that. So it was really great seeing it live, man. So I'm super excited to check out the official music video here. And we're going to hop right into this thing, guys. Let's get it.
I'm taking over my body, back in control, no more shoddy. I bet a lot of me was lost, teasing, crossing eyes and dotted. I fought it a lot, and it seems a lot like flesh is all I got. Not anymore, flesh out the door, swat. I must have forgot, you can't trust me. I'm open a moment and close when you show it before you know it, I'm lost at sea. And now that I write and think about it and the story unfolds, you should take my life, you should take my soul.
So, I mean, so far, I don't even think the beat has like really dropped yet, right? From what I recall from the concert. But like the flow in the beginning is just like, I love it, right? It's like got a nice pace to it, and then he picks it up out of nowhere and then brings it back, even to slower than it was, man. And he's basically saying that like for a long time he just felt like not in control, right? You know, he says that right over in the very first line. He says, "I'm taking over my body. I'm back in control. No more shoddy. I'm not in the passenger seat no more. I'm taking control of the wheel." And you know that he may have felt like that, like flesh, basically like just like the physical things was all he's got. But I think he's basically saying that he's realized that maybe he has more of he can find like peace in untangible things, like things you can't actually touch, right? You know, you can find peace in those kind of things. And then he says, "I must have forgot you can't trust me. I'm open a moment and close when you show it." Basically saying that he's kind of like, you know, he's open for a little bit, and, you know, kind of like, how do I put this? Like almost like when someone asks you, like, you know, like when you first see one, but "Oh man, how you doing, man? How you doing?" And be like, "Oh, I'm doing cool. I'm doing all right, man. You know, I'm doing good. You know, whatever, right?" Like, you know, most time people that's people's response, right? Because nobody wants to actually put the burden on somebody of saying what their problems are, right? Like, and we do it even to the ones like closest to us, the ones that we like, you know, that are there for us and want to share the burden of our everyday lives, right? So you know, just the flow of this starting off, man, it's fucking killer, man. Like, who comes up with that kind of line, right? Like, twisting the kaleidoscope behind both of my eyes, right? Like, just like, you just have control over how I see things, how I perceive them, right? And like, you can completely change an image, or how I perceive something in an instant, right? And it almost makes me think that this is definitely has some like religious overtones to it. You know, Tyler does that quite a bit in a lot of his music, and it kind of makes me think of The Judge. And I know at the time The Judge wasn't even written yet, or maybe it was written, but it just wasn't out yet to the public. But nonetheless, you know, kind of just makes me think that this is definitely like a song, kind of saying that he's going to like hold on to God, right? Holding on to you, like you know, I think it's referencing God, like he's going to hold on to his faith, and like put his life into Christ and God, and really just like let them like take the wheel, so to speak, right?
Remember the moment, you know exactly where you're going, cause the next moment before you know it, time is slow and then it's frozen still, and the windowsill looks really nice, right? You think twice about your life, it probably happens at night, right? Fight it, take the pain, ignite it. body, tie a noose around your mind. Loose enough to breathe fine and tie it to a tree. Tell it you belong to me. This ain't a noose, this is a leash. And I have news for you, you must obey me. You are surrounding.
Wow, bro. Wow, that was like a super super deep verse, man. I mean, because he basically just saying like, you know, just remember what it feels like when you're at peace, right? When you know how things are going, right? You're in a good state of mind, good things are happening around you, man. Because, you know, life is a ride, and not to make a pun of their song Ride or anything, but, you know, life is a ride and it has a lot of ups and downs, right? We all go through them, and that, you know, and when times do get dark, right, and you start having these dark thoughts, you know, he says, you know, time is slowing and it's frozen still, and the windowsill looks really nice, right? And then you think twice about your life. It probably happens at night, right? And he definitely uses. They talk a lot about the difference between like day and night, and how, like, you know, that's when the dark thoughts come out. That's when the demons are there for you, and you just question everything because you have the time by yourself, right? You're alone. You're just alone to your thoughts, right? You know, nothing to distract your mind. And he's basically saying, you know, just fight it, man. He says, you know, literally just fight it, take the pain, ignite it. You know, use it against yourself, man. Light a fire under it. And then this next part here at the end, man, is just absolutely crazy. Where he says, tie a noose around your mind, loose enough to breathe fine, and tie it to a tree. Tell it you belong to me. This isn't a noose. This is a leash, and I have news for you. You must obey me. Basically, just saying, like, you know, take all that pain, take all that negativity, and just like put a leash on your mind, right? Put a leash on it, man, and become in control, which kind of seems like what the song is really all about, man. Like, its very first line he said is you know, he's back in control, man. And like, it seems, you know, this is definitely like a big motivational song to hopefully kind of like persuade people to you know, really just take control of those negative thoughts and try to do everything they can to stay out of that like depression and that negative mindset. I love the piano in this song, man. Dancing's cool in the video too. How hard he's going on with drums, man.
Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat.
I mean, that's facts, man. I mean, you know, he says, you know, lyrics that mean nothing, you know, we were gifted with thought, and is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It isn't the speaker that bump hearts, it's the hearts that make the beat, man. Like, it kind of seems like he's just pleading with like creativity in the music industry and not following the norm of like radio singles and stuff, right? And they've talked a lot about that in some of the other songs that they've reacted to, but they never seem to like dedicate a whole song to it. Just kind of bring it up here and there. Like, I think it was in like Heavy Dirty Soul they brought up a little bit. It might have been fairly local, one of the two. But, you know, it's like, you know, let's stop with all this like meaningless music, right? Like, you know, let's put some thought into what we're saying and really, you know, take it to like an art level, right? Because it's the heart. It's like when you put in your heart into the music, that's when it affects everybody. That's what makes the beat, right, man? And you know, I think that's so true, man. I mean, it's very well said and said in a very interesting way too.
Our feet to an introspective beat. It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought.
So that was Holding On to You by 21 Pilots off the Vessel album. And man, this was, I'm just blown away by this track, as a whole, man. And I can definitely see why it's such a popular song. And there's just so much to it, right? And I think it's so important the way that they deliver things and the way that they say things. So I think like when people really take the time to look at their lyrics and break them down, they can see the comfort, right? They can see the effort that Tyler puts into his music, that kind of just puts in the effort to kind of show that, that show other people that they're not alone, right? That there are other people going through the same things that they are. And you can really see that when you look into the music and break everything down, man, and look at their lyrics and combine it with the music video, man. I mean, there's just so much put into it, and like you almost just feel like the effort. Like you can just really feel and appreciate the effort, especially from like a fan standpoint. So overall, man, I really, really enjoyed this one, man. I thought it was great, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, hit that bell, and we're dropping the next one. That's all I got for you guys for now. It's your boy Rock Soldier. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Have an even better day tomorrow. Talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, guys? Peace.